Despite the noise that has been made around graphene, and despite the research worldwide, more than 10 years have passed before the long-awaited applications began to become widespread. This is because graphene has had to face various obstacles from the beginning, such as the following. Firstly, the high production cost. Although the trend continues to decline in the international market, graphene prices remain very high. Progress is being made to develop more efficient production processes that allow costs to be reduced. Second, the limited production volume of high-quality graphene. This is one of the reasons for the high cost of graphene, but it also limits the ability to produce the quantity necessary to meet the growing needs of the industry. Third, the lack of consistency in the production of this material. Many processes still do not guarantee the uniformity of the graphene material produced in different production cycles. Fourth, the low functionalization capacity. Graphene is not a single material. There are many types of graphene materials, each with different qualities and prices. Graphene itself, graphene oxide or reduced graphene oxide, among others, can be produced. Each of these can vary according to many characteristics, such as the number of carbon layers, particle size, pH, or degree of oxidation, for example. Fifth, the difficulty in finding the appropriate type of graphene material for each application. This requires multiple tests, in addition to identifying in what quantities it should be added and in what part of the production process it can be used. There are applications that work well with graphene and not graphene oxide, or vice versa. There are even applications that work better with graphene materials that have certain defects in their nanostructure. Sixth, the supply of a large amount of quasi-graphene or fake graphene on the market. As in any new industry, there are opportunists who offer a supposed graphene material at low cost, but without meeting the characteristics of a nanomaterial, being expanded graphite in the best of cases. Seventh, the lack of international quality standards for graphene materials. Standards are being developed to determine what type of material is being produced, considering various characterization methods. However, the existence of a great variety of production processes and graphene materials makes it difficult to establish standardization criteria. Eighth, the existence of market barriers to accepting a new material. There is always resistance to change and the adoption of new technologies. Fortunately, the adoption curve for graphene is accelerating. Ninth, the difficulty in incorporating graphene or other graphenic materials into industrial processes, since companies are reluctant to adopt a new material if this means changing their processes and incurring additional costs. And 10th, the great gap that exists between research and industry. Much of the research has been allocated to pure science and not to applied science. Furthermore, the objectives of many research centers tend to lengthen times while the industry seeks shorter-term developments and results that can be used directly in applications and products. Fortunately, in Mexico, Graphenimex has developed processes to produce high-quality graphene materials at only 10% of the cost of international markets, with the capacity for standardization and functionalization, placing itself in an excellent competitive position. In fact, it is one of the few graphene companies in the world that, in addition to producing graphene materials, develops applications with them.
If you want to learn more about Graphenimex, you can consult our website or subscribe to our channel and ring the bell.